humans, my name is Slady, and this is a short comparison and review of the Saw franchise and an old classic not many people have heard about called Cube. I don't think I need to describe the Saw franchise in length. It's iconic, it's memeable, and it took the torture genre of horror movies by storm upon its release. The original Saw movie was a psychological thriller filmed entirely in one room and focused on two men trying to figure out why they've been kidnapped and how they escape. What should have stopped as a trilogy uncovering the identity and motives of the mastermind behind the twisted traps people find themselves stuck in devolved into a franchise with 9 movies in counting that focus on little more than gore and bad plot twists. The original Saw gets a solid A from me. As a kid, I had a DVD of the second Saw, so it holds a very special place in my heart, and that gets a B+. But everyone I've watched after that kind of got worse and worse. The franchise overall probably doesn't average higher than a low C. There was at least one Saw movie I was so disinterested in, it was a D, but I'm not wasting my time figuring out which one that was. The one exception to the slow decline of the Saw movies was Saw 5, and this is where I'll get into spoilers for the Saw movies and Cube, so if you're interested in either, I highly recommend Saw 1, Cube, and would tentatively nudge Saw 2 at you if you're in the mood to watch some degenerates try and overcome a booby-trapped house. So let me introduce you to Cube. Cube is a psychological thriller from 1997 in which a group of strangers find themselves kidnapped and lost in a maze comprised of rooms with doors on every side, including the ceiling and the floor. Please keep in mind, the first Saw movie didn't come out until 2004, so Cube was mind-blowing for its time. Where Saw kept itself grounded in the realities of the early 2000s, Cube went a step above and adapted a sci-fi element. Each dangerous room the characters encountered have a unique threat. If you've watched the first Resident Evil movie, you'll know what I'm talking about when someone gets cubed. There's biological and mechanical traps abound, and the group of strangers has to work together to navigate through the maze without dying. Now, initial concept aside, Cube and the 5th Saw movie share a dynamic I really enjoyed. Where the later Saw movies fell off was the introduction of nearly impossible to win traps because audiences just wanted gore. But the end of the 5th Saw movie brought back not just winnability, but the lack of need for sacrifice. In Saw 5, if every person in the game worked together, there was the possibility they all could have made it out alive. So in that reveal, and the character's eventual failure, we get a beautiful message about one of human nature's greatest flaws, selfishness. And Cube also does this in its execution. The audience slowly accumulates information about what the cube is, but it also shares the theme of Saw 5, where each character was chosen with a function in mind to help the group survive. The only parts where that dynamic fell apart was when they were surprised and lose members, or when the trait someone was chosen for gets put to the extreme. As they grow dehydrated and sleep-deprived, the worst comes out in human nature, and that's the ultimate downfall to the group's survival. As a concept piece and psychological thriller, I think Cube was way ahead of its time. If you're a fan of early Saw movies or movies which exemplify the flaws of human nature, I highly suggest you give Cube a watch. It deserves a lot more praise and renown than I feel like it's gotten, and it gets an A from me, with the only factor holding it back being some of the acting, because it was an older movie. I can't really blame it, but also, So let me know how you felt about the Saw movies. Do you think they decline, and do they ever pick back up? I haven't seen the newest one called Jigsaw, so if it's worth my time, please let me know. And if you have the time and inclination, I highly recommend checking out Cube. If you in any way like my reviews, I would appreciate a like, but overall, just thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.